From my mid-teens to my late teens, worked at a place in the Maine Mall called Super Salad. And I really, as I do now, had very strong opinions about things. And I was also really into this movie called Summer School, which came out in the mid-'80s. It's starring Mark Harmon about a ne'er-do-well, well, yeah, Summer School fans, but a ne'er-do-well gym teacher who has to teach students how to live their lives. And one thing he teaches them is how to write letters to corporations and tell them what you do or don't like and then get free stuff in return. And I really liked Fresh Samantha juices, which were the juices that were Odwalla before Coke bought them and made them Coke juice. And they were based in Saco, so I wrote a letter about how much I loved them. And they sent me in return a really unwearable, boxy sweatshirt, which is actually like hipsters would be into now, and 5 coupons for free Fresh Samanthas. And in my excitement, I drank all of the Fresh Samanthas in one 4.5-hour shift. And so, which I didn't think about until later. And just keep in mind that on every bottle of Fresh Samantha at the time, it advertised that it had the equivalent of 16 oranges of juice in each bottle. Just 80 oranges. So I was driving home to Gorham, like this, in a powder blue, which is irrelevant to the story, 89 Crown Victoria, which is like being on a bench on a magic carpet, and just soaring through the roads. And I was listening to This American Life. And actually, because of the internet, I can look back and know that this day was May 10th, 2002, in case you want to know what you were doing on this day. And I was driving and listening to This American Life. Davy Rothbart was talking about, I don't know if you've heard this episode, he's talking to his mother about she's visited by the ghost of a monk who she's friends with, whose name is Munga. And I laughed really hard at this part in the story where he says, "What happens when does Munga go away when you and Dad knock boots?" And I thought that was so funny, and so I laughed really hard. And while the car is soaring, you know how if you're driving in a car and you're soaring, you hit a little bump and it's a little weightless, and it almost feels like sort of sexual and like all your muscles loosen at the same time. So I laugh at the Munga thing, and at the same moment that I'm soaring, and it's like that part in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas where Dr. Gonzo is in the bathtub, and he says to Raoul Duke, throw the toaster in when White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane hits its apex, because he wants to die at that perfect moment. But instead of like a drug-induced nirvana as a perfect storm, my perfect storm involved 80 oranges, laughing at Munga, and all my muscles relaxing at the same time. So I get to my girlfriend's house, where I lived with her parents, which itself is its own embarrassing story, because I'm 20, I think, at this time. And before I'm there, I'm like, oh, it's fine. It's Sunday. Like, no one's going to be home. Like, John's doing his thing, and she's working at her job. And of course, her mother's car is in the driveway, because why wouldn't it be? So I sort of waddle my way into the house, and I don't hear anything, and everything's going to be cool. And I get into the kitchen, and I don't see her, and everything's going to be cool. And I can see the bathroom. And she just jumps out, and she says, "Alex, we need to talk. We need to talk about your room and Larissa's room. It's in the prosperity corner of the house." I don't know if you remember Feng Shui, which was a huge deal. It was a huge deal in the early aughts because this woman kept that publishing industry alive. She bought all the books. It's in the Feng Shui corner. It's in the prosperity corner of the house. You need to do something about it because it's so messy. We're never going to. And I just said, for the love of God, Linda, I need to change my pants.